Welcome back, fellas. Pretty excited because today is the day I get to release the card deck for Bloodbath Rules 2.0. When I say 2.0, I think it's more like 2.7. But either way, the second edition, I guess we'll call it. Not too many changes from first edition, but there are quite a few. But nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Okay, so this card deck consists of 90 cards. 90 cards, 2 sets of rules. There are 17 rule cards per. Here it is. So I don't need 2 of these. So each deck will come with 2 sets of rules. One for one side of the table, Axis, one for the other side, Allies. Now I'm not going to go over these individual things. We'll have different videos to go over them specifically, but there is the turn sequence card, mainly going into the research and development. Unit statistics card. We all know what this stuff is. There's little points in here talking about bombers only rolling ones. There's different costs on there for improved shipyards, etc., etc. You notice each card is numbered on the bottom. 19 of 90, 20 of 90. That is so. For example, you had your. Here you have 17 cards. Okay. At least you can figure out which one you're missing. So say, for example, you're going through your cards here and you have no idea what you're missing. You just know you're missing card number 24. Well, in the rule book in the back will tell you what card that is. Okay, so these cards will actually be in the rule book as well in the back, just for that reason, in case you were to lose one or misplace. You can look up, like I said, I'm missing card number 24. What is 24? The rule book will say card number 24 is naval blockade. Okay, so that's why they're numbered. So anyway, so let's go back. So what I say, unit statistics, the research and development. This part has changed. Let me go back. I guess let me just blast through the changes. The turn sequence. The only change from 2.0 from 2.1 is research and development, and I don't mean the way it works, but it goes at the top of the round now. In 1.0, we did it at your turn. So for example, it was Germany's turn. They would do their tech roll or tech purchase or whatever. Then it would follow by Russia's turn. They would do their turn. Are you doing tech, not doing tech, pay for IPCs, whatever you're doing. Now it's at the top of the round. Okay, so before the game begins, you do it. Okay, you do the whole round. After France, it's Germany's turn. Everybody does tech on that turn. Okay, so because what would happen was Germany would always get their tech first and like smash Russia or do a sea line or something before anybody else had an opportunity to get their tech, provided if they were at that phase. Also, another reason is to it's for example, I'm UK and I get my ass kicked. And I decided, and then my turn comes around. I was like, no. I need my money on troops, not tech. Okay, well, this way you don't know that until the time's up. I mean, your turn will come around and be like, dang, I shouldn't have bought tech. So now anyways, it's all at the top of the round. Everybody who's doing tech on that round does it all at the same time. But there is more on this, more in the rule book. But anyways, I just wanted to point out that was a change. Statistics, nothing changed on statistics. Research and development, nothing changed as far as the text. I take that back. They did change. The new one, long-range aircraft, was removed. As if you recall, I told you when I announced 1.0 that long-range aircraft was not tested. We just had an extra space to make some roundels, and we decided, we should just throw that in there. Well, we don't like it. So what we did do is kind of merge it to radar and ATC, that's air traffic control. So that kind of gives, basically that makes your air bases +2 versus +1 for air movement. So there is no more long range, it's incorporated in air traffic control. But I'll go over research and development on another video. Just wanted to point out those were some changes. The victory scorecard, pretty much the same thing. There's no longer Pacific and Europe oil is just world oil. And the resources, it had 3 territories before. Now there's 5. Now you get to control 3 of the 5. Aside from that, it's all the same. Combined arms. Combined arms. There was an addition from 1.0 to 2.0. That is 1 transport plus 1 transport equals 1 transport defends at 1. So if you have two transports, you get 1 defense roll. If you have 3 transports, you still get 1 defense roll. Okay, it's in multiples of 2. So that's a new addition. Target select. Target select is the same, runs the same as it did before. However, before only tactical bombers can target select. Now submarines can as well if there is no enemy destroyer. Okay, enemy destroyers will negate target select. And submarines can, I repeat, can target transports. Okay, that is the only scenario where a transport can be taken as a casualty before chosen last. Okay, is if the submarine chooses it for you. And the aircraft remains unchanged. Naval blockade remains unchanged. Amphibious assault unchanged. Scramble unchanged. Railway unchanged. Bombing raid. Bombing raid did change because of heavy bombers. It's no longer +2 per dice rolled. It's +2 per bomber rolled. Because heavy bombers roll 2 dice, so it's not going to. Before it was just +2 per dice, so that was giving you a bonus of 4 off the get-go. That was removed, and it's add 2 points per each bomber. Can you read that? Per each bomber, not dice anymore. So that's the only change on there. Submarine, we just kind of talked about that. They have target select now. Aside from that, there's no change. Transports, aside from the defending, for the combined arms, there's no change. Convoy disruption, there is a change on here. 2 changes on here actually. Submerged submarines may not disrupt sea zones, nor can damaged battleships may not disrupt sea zones. Is that in focus? Those are the 2 things on the bottom there. So now if, for example, you go into whatever sea zone and that submarine submerges, well, that's fine. You can't kill it or whatever, but it can't convoy you neither. Okay, so submerged submarines may not convoy sea zones, and like I said, and damaged battleships may not convoy sea zones. That's the only 2 changes there. Air transports, pretty much the same except for the non-combat drop. Non-combat drop is a max of 2 units may drop into a territory you or an ally owned at the beginning of your turn. It's kind of before it was kind of based differently, and also it was a little hard to. I have to fit so much data on this card because I didn't have a rule book. So sometimes some of the rules were a little not well explained because of the room I have on here. So I actually just changed the whole rule in general. It fits on the card, just max of 2 units, and that's just it. So I think that was the only change. Yeah. Okay, and so that's it. Now naturally these will go more into detail in the rule book, but and I'll go over per videos to kind of go over the weird stuff like target select, what else was odd that's on here. I guess that might be the only thing. Oh, the naval blockade, that kind of stuff. We'll do some updated videos on those. So in the deck, 2 sets of these, I guess, flashcards, so you don't have to go through the rule book. Now speaking of the rule book, I did a quick couple tests of print the other day, just so I can make sure that the man, you can't really see that, can you? Either way, just to make sure that the fonts are good and legible and that kind of stuff. But anyways, I guess you can't see that, so never mind. Okay, so let's get into the national objective cards. So go here. They are in order of turn sequence per number on the card. So if you, for example, we just know we ended on card number. Oh, card number was this 34 for the rule deck. Now we start the NOs. So card number 35 to 45. 46 starts Russia. That way you always know what cards you're missing. Okay, it makes it so easy to know how many cards you should have. Okay, like, oh, you know, they're in turn sequence and whatnot. Okay, I don't think there was any changes on here. I don't remember. We've been playing 2.0 for a long time now, so let me see here. This is out of box except for Iran. It says Persia, but the map is correctly should be Iran. So those are the same. The London, the Egypt, the Sweden thing, Leningrad, Stalingrad. Oh, this is in 1.0. This was a 5. If Axis control Caucasus, now it's dropped to a 3. Submarines is the same. Axis is the same. Oh, Argentina. Why can't I say that? Argentina or Chile becomes pro-Axis. Pro-Axis. It comes pro-Axis by a way that the game works in the mechanics in the rule book. We'll go over that on, I guess, when the book comes out. And then this one, this is the same. Oh, there was another one for if Germany controlled Rome, but that's no longer in here. And BBR, to be historically accurate, when if Italy falls, they become allied. So that's why we have a couple cards in here that are at war with Italy. And that was all in 1.0, so that's nothing new for you guys. All right, so that was Germany. Let's get the next one here. Russia. Russia's card 46 to 54. Let me see. It's just that's nothing. Lend-Lease. There was a few changes on Lend-Lease, but there's no reason to go over that too much. Just there was a change on that. Mongolians, that's the same. Soviet reduction. I don't think there was a change. No, there wasn't. We did add Trans-Siberian Railway was added into there. About to have a video on that. This is from 1.0, the resources, Siberia, Urals, and Ukraine. Oh, this is a different one for 2.0. If Soviet Union controls at least 3 of the following territories: Leningrad, Stalingrad, Baltic states, and Eastern Poland. So there was removed the one about the C zone 125, no Allied troops, whatever. That was canceled out of the deck and gave Russia more of an objective to do. You know, not just like, oh man, if somebody at 125, I can't get my bonus. Okay, this gives them something to fight for. Okay, not just have something handed to them. And then that's out of box. And then this is if Soviet Union liberates Manchuria. That was in 1.0, so that's nothing new. Nothing new to you guys, neither. Okay, let's go to Japan. Japan, card number 55 through 64. All right, so the political situation, fall of Tokyo, it's all the same before. Mongolians the same, Kamikaze the same. The island, those are the same. When I say the same, I mean from 1.0. That's the same. Moneyline's the same. Control of Chinese territory is the same. Japan calls Burma is the same. Not at war, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is the only one that's different, is if Japan captures Hey, wasn't that focused? If Japan captures Calcutta, is 10. Why? Because UK is a single economy nation. Now in 1.0 we had a thing where Canada comes in, but that no longer happens. Canada in this game is just Canada. Okay, so there is no more activating Canada because Canada starts from the get-go. So there is no money from UK given to Japan on the fall of Calcutta, but there is a bonus one-time payment. If you get Calcutta twice, you don't get $10 twice. Okay, it's one-time payment. And then there's that one. That's a change there. Next, United States, card number 65 through 70. See, that's the same. Oh, there was a change. There was something really cool when we put that card last here. But the rest are the same for the Aleutian Islands, Hawaii, plus 5. 5 for Mexico, blah, blah, blah. The 5 for France, and 5 for the Philippines. What is new is the one that was 10 for Central, Western, and Eastern. That was removed and replaced with 5 per territory. Okay, so this still equals 10 if you do this per territory if the United States places at least 2 units in eastern United States and western United States on the place unit phase. That is because trying to help out where America's all in on the Pacific or all in on Atlantic. Okay, therefore you can be, if you do not want to place any units, say, on Atlantic because you're going full Pacific, but you're going to lose 5 IPCs in the process because you're not going to be putting at least 2 units there. Okay, so this is to help break up just like getting one side slammed by America. Okay, America has to devote at least, $6 to put 2 ground units there, collect 5, so, there is a little bit of a thing there to keep America honest, right? You gotta supply both sides a little bit. You just can't go all in, okay? Unless you want to negate this bonus, okay? Now, when I say negate the bonus, I don't mean the whole 10. You still get the 5 for whatever side you're playing on. But if you want the full bonus of 10, you gotta participate in both theaters at least by 2 units. And that's it for America. Okay, who's next on the thing? China. China is next. China 71 through 73. We don't really need to go over China because China doesn't have anything different than it did last time. We all know about the cavalry. We all know about Blitz. And we all know about the Burma Road. So, China. Right? Yes. Okay. China's done. Now next is UK. UK is cards 74 through 77. Here we go through the setup adjustments. Basically, what happens is Canadian territories on the sea zones with the United Kingdom pieces are replaced with Canadian pieces. Okay, the British infantry in Scotland are replaced with Canadian infantry. Why? Because that is historic. Okay, pretty much Canadian soldiers were taking care of London and Scotland while British troops were out on the fighting on the front. Okay, because it was faster that way. It's easier to for Canada to get to England than it was for Canada to get all the way to the coast. Okay, so basically, so that is historic. There was some talk about having more Canadians in Scotland than there was British. Okay, so those are replaced, and but we'll go over that on another video. It's not important right now. Next thing, there was a change here. There's no more what was it? Out of box was all original territories on the European side. You get 5 IPCs. Okay, we took that away in BBR1, and that was no Axis units in North Africa. We took that away and replaced it with United Kingdom controls Egypt, Transjordan, and Al Alamein. Okay, Al Alamein, which is previously versioned as Alexandria. Okay, so that's +5 if the United Kingdom controls those 3 territories. The national objective for Pacific is the same. And there was another one, 2 IPCs per territory if allies control Iraq, Iran, and northwestern Iran. Remember, Iran which out of box is Persia, is pro-allied in out of box. However, that is not historically accurate. It is pro-Axis. Actually, United Kingdom and worked with Russia and attacked Iran in 1941. Okay, so I can't say they're allies when they took out the Shah. Okay, so that's not an allied thing. Okay, it's kind of a war thing. Okay, it was a battle won. So anyway, so they do get the bonus for that. So actually, it's the same. It's the same bonuses as Italy and Germany has. Having Iraq, Iran, Northwest Iran, 2 IPCs goes to UK. Even if Russia has it or somebody like that, it doesn't matter who has it. UK gets the bonus, and that takes care of UK. Next on the list is Italy. Italy is card number 78 through 85. How can Italy have so many cards? Well, remember, when they turn allied, they turn allied. So we know about them turning allies, so don't need to go over that. That's out of box. Out of box. That's out of box, except for mine says Al Alamein now instead of Alexandria. Here's the Iran one we just talked about. This is still from 1.0 about the horn. And this is one at war with Axis. Is the same as before. 2. Oh, okay, yeah, we have 2 for this one. That's the same as before for 1.0. This one is changed. Italy controls all their original territories is 5. And that's at war with Axis. All right, so that one. And before it was 5 for northern, I think it was just northern Italy. It was the 5 bonus. Now it's replaced with they have to have all their original territories. All right, next is Anzac and Canada. And Anzac and Canada, why? Because Anzac and Canada share the pieces. So that is 86 through 89. So just really quick here. But we'll go more of this on another video, but additional rules of setup. While Anzac and Canada go at the same time and use the same pieces, they are considered different countries and must keep income separated. And for the sake of gameplay, units which end up on the Europe side of the board are considered Canadian, and the Pacific side considered Anzac. I'm sorry if that's not focused, but I guess I'm reading it to you anyways. And then there's a setup adjustment, same thing on the UK card, just a reiteration. That way, you know, whoever's setting up, if you're setting up Britain, you see the card, know not to set your pieces up, okay? Anzac NO is out of box, NO is out of box. Then the Canada NO is 3 IPCs, which is any unit stationed in originally controlled France, Axis, or pro-Axis territory, okay? We all know Canada starts with 7 IPCs. Oh, not start with, but you know, they have 7 IPCs worth of territory generally given to UK. So 7 plus 3 will give them at least an income of 10, make them useful. And we actually had a game not too long ago where Canada won the game for the Allies. I kid you not. Canada went in because Italy had the last points. And this isn't the last YouTube war game. This was a live game. And Italy got the points. And Canada rolled in there and landed on Crete, taking away the new Rome and dropped the Axis from 12 points to 11 points, winning the game. It was crazy. Canada swapped in there and cleaned up, won the game for us. And last but not least, there was one card for France. That's basically the is that focused? I can't tell if my screen is so small on this thing. I can't tell if it's even focused. Hopefully it is. Sorry if it's not. But the last card for France is just a political situation. And then down here it talks about the 12 IPCs if liberated. So that's it. I got the cards before, and you know, the back was too dark. Wasn't happy with that. The borders weren't even. Like the sides were a little thicker than the top and bottom. Wasn't happy with that. So we went ahead and redid it. And I got to give a special shout out to my man, Matt Todd. He went all out to get these going for me, and I should say for me, for us, for everybody. You know, so it was really cool of him. I have your deck, Matt. I got it sitting on my shelf in there, and I'll be sending it to you this week along with some other goodies, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. And so I guess I'll get a link on here. You guys can order these off the site directly. I will be offering a package with the cards and a rule book and some special roundels, such as the research and development, the Victory City roundels, you know, that flip over, and little ones that you need for submerged air transport. Actually, you don't need. You can use colored chips, but either way, I'll be having a set of roundels, the rule book professionally printed, the cards professionally printed, in a package deal. But also, if you do not want to buy the cards, which are like $20-something shipped per deck, if you do not want to spend that, that's totally cool, because I will get these up for a downloadable file. It just won't be anytime soon because I'm working really hard on the rule book. Okay, and so I don't really have. I mean, I guess I can throw all these up in a big picture for you, but I don't feel like making a PDF right now. I just don't have time. Just 90 cards is a lot to mess with. But they will, like I said, they will get up there eventually. Or you can just blast through this video with a pad and paper and write everything down I just kind of said. So, plus I think when you go to buy these cards, you can actually preview each card, so you can just kind of look at it, and write it down too. if you don't want to buy them, or you need the cards faster than, you know, next week or whatever. Okay, so I will get the link in the description box. I'm going to continue on with my rule book. And yeah, so we do got the Bloodbath in September coming up. That will be September, I think it's 21, 22, 23, which basically it's Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So whatever days, if that's 22, 24, 21, 23, whatever, you know what I mean, in September, it'll be that weekend. But I'll get that announced soon. Man, well, I guess I'm just rambling on. Hope you guys like the deck. Worked very hard on it. Just the design, the layout, the colors. You know, the colors are obviously my theme. I go for the old world stuff. Trying to make everything match. My game boards, my books, my this, that, and the other thing. So that's it, man. Thanks, guys, and we will talk to you soon. I do have. I will finally be getting back to my custom tables, to wrapping those up and go over the paint scheme and painting and stuff like that. There is a couple of other announcements I want to do, but we're going to do that later in the week when I have a drink in my hand. All right, guys, so we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.